For today's video, we're going to talk about Quarter 1, Module 1, Music of 20th Century Impressionism. Objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to 1. Define Impressionism. 2. Give and discuss the contribution of some Impressionists. 3. Apply the essence of Impressionism in a certain task. 4. Value the importance of Impressionism in music. What is Impressionism? Impressionism is a movement among various composers in Western classical music, whose music focuses on mood and atmosphere. It focuses on conveying the moods and emotions aroused by the subject rather than a detailed tone picture. Features of Impressionism. 1. The use of color, or in musical terms, timbre, which can be achieved through orchestration, harmonic usage, texture, etc. Timbre is known as the tone color or tone quality. Number 2. New combinations of extended chords, harmonies, whole tone, chromatic scales, and pentatonic scales emerge. Number 3. Impressionism was an attempt not to depict reality, but merely to suggest it. Now let's have some famous Impressionists. The first one we have Claude Debussy. He was born on August 22, 1862 in a small town called Saint-Germain-en-Laye in France. He composed a total of more or less 227 masterpieces, which include orchestral music, chamber music, piano music, operas, ballet, songs, and other vocal music. He was known as the father of the modern school of composition. Works of Claude Debussy. A string quartet can refer to either a type of musical composition or a group of 4 people who play them. At the most basic level, the musical term refers to the medium of 4 string instruments, 2 violins, viola, and violoncello. It can also be used to describe the collective identity of the instrumentalists themselves, in particular established professional ensembles. Clair de Lune, French for Moonlight. It is a poem written by French poet Paul Verlaine in 1869. It is the inspiration for the third and most famous movement of Claude Debussy's 1890 Suite Bergamasque. Debussy also made 2 settings of the poem for voice and piano accompaniment. Maurice Ravel. He was born in Savoie, France. At age 14, he entered the Paris Conservatory, where he was musically nurtured by a prominent French composer, Gabriel Fauré. Compositional style of Ravel is mainly characterized by its distinctively innovative but not atonal style of harmonic treatment. His works are defined with intricate and sometimes modal melodies and extended chordal components. Works of Maurice Ravel. Pavane for a Dead Princess. Ravel described the piece as an evocation of Pavane, that a little princess Infanta might, in a former times, have danced at the Spanish court. The Pavane was a slow processional dance that enjoyed great popularity in the courts of Europe during the 16th and 17th centuries. Sonatine for Piano. It is a piano work written by Maurice Ravel. He wrote the first movement of the sonatine for a competition sponsored by the Weekly Critical Review magazine, after being encouraged by a close friend who was a contributor to that publication. Rhapsody Espagnole is an orchestral rhapsody written by Maurice Ravel, composed between 1907 and 1908. The Rhapsody is one of Ravel's first major works for orchestra. It was first performed in Paris in 1908 and quickly entered the international repertoire. Bolero is a one-movement orchestral piece by the French composer Maurice Ravel, originally composed as a ballet commissioned by Russian actress and dancer Ada Rubinstein. The piece, which premiered in 1928, is Ravel's most famous composition. For further understanding of our topic, let's have Learning Task 1, titled What I Can Do. Direction: while listening to the track, answer the following guide questions. Write your answer on a sheet of paper. We have track 1 and track 2. Track 1 is Clair de Lune by Claude Debussy, and track 2 is Bolero by Maurice Ravel. They have their respective YouTube link. So all you have to do is to click the link so that you can answer the guide questions. I hope you understand our topic for today. Thank you for listening.